What's going on, everybody? This is Dale from Upstate Bets. I'm here with my partner Riaz, and we finally made it to the NBA season. It's been a long wait, and I can't be more excited to get going on Draftkings here. This is our first video for the new NBA season. We're doing a Fire Five. So basically, what this is, if you haven't watched them before, it's basically we give you five picks, usually in each position, from point guard down to center. We give you our five best picks at the position. We find some value. We talk about top guys. So other than that, we give you five picks. Then you can kind of build your lineup off those picks. You can play our picks. We're not going to guarantee it's going to win you cash, but we do the research. So we're hoping that we give you your best chance to win. So we've been doing great. The channel's been doing awesome lately. People have been subscribing. Some of our Prize Picks videos have been going ballistic. I can't thank you guys any more than that. So thank you. I really appreciate that. So hopefully we have an awesome NBA season and continue to winning on NFL. So Riaz is going to kick us off with the point guards here, and what do you think?
Yeah, starting off with point guards here. We're going to go with Russell Westbrook. Uh, Third team he's been on in about 2 years, but I think this is a good fit for him. His price tag is at 8.6, which is pretty low. We've seen him towards the end of the last season at around 12, 11. He kind of hovered around that range, but he's got a much better team here. I mean, I know he was with the Wizards and they really only had Beal, and then when he played for the Houston Rockets, he played with James Harden. Uh, I know he's kind of ball dependent. He likes really just having control of it, and I think here that kind of helps. I think LeBron is at the stage where he needs someone to just kind of take over, and it not so much just him. And Anthony Davis can't really do that, and Westbrook with his triple doubles almost every single game. I mean, this team's perfect for him. I don't know if his rebounds are going to drop, but I mean, he might have 20, 25 assists a game playing on this team. And at 8.6, I mean, that's just too low.
Yeah, so I like Westbrook here as well. A6 I think is a fair price tag. I'm not sure how the fit is going to be exactly. I know he's going to play a bunch of minutes, and I know there's going to be some times during the course of the season where LeBron is going to be sitting for rest. AD is going to be sitting for rest, and Westbrook is, if he stays at a price tag like this, is just going to be an immediate lock. So obviously, tremendous athlete. We know what he can do with the triple doubles, and fantasy wise, he's a fantasy beast. I think with the last year with the Wizards, had to do a lot more, especially at a time where the Wizards were fighting for a play-in spot. They ended up getting to the play-in, getting to the playoffs, which was awesome. Me being a Wizards fan, so I appreciate what Westbrook did for us, and I hope he has success on the Lakers, which I believe he will. So here at 8.6, we like him. We're gonna plug him in. There's some other guys here at the point guard spot, but we're gonna jump right at to shooting guard here, and I think someone else that I'm really high on this slate. I'm probably just high on all year. There's some props that we're going to talk about over on Prize Picks in our next video. Go check that out. But I'm hammering every prop for him. Love James Harden in this slate. 9.3 is just simply too cheap. It's like getting Luka under 10. Same thing. Obviously Luka's on a team where he has to do a lot more. But listen, I know the Nets have some star power, but Kyrie obviously is sitting. We know that. Durant is healthy and he's good. So, but the thing is with Harden, Durant doesn't care if Harden dribbles around, does what he's got to do. Harden's a triple threat. Is just a triple double threat every night. And he's got a bunch of shooters around him. People like Joe Harris and even Blake Griffin can step out and shoot. We know, obviously Durant's a tremendous shooter. So they're all around. So I love Harden here. I think this is a tremendous discount. And Riaz, what do you think about Harden?
Yeah, I mean, even all last year when Kyrie was just not playing, he wasn't hurt, but he just had other things going on. James Harden's usage went way up every time Kyrie is off the floor. It's just one less person that he has to kind of look for. Now it's just kind of him and Durant. Yeah, they have Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge is coming back. I mean, both. I mean, pretty much this whole slate. I mean, four teams that are just stacked beyond belief. But James Harden is always a great play, especially when you get him at that opening night discount. I mean, it's tough not to pay up for it. But I mean, this is our guy. We're going to pay up for, and probably almost all of our lineups.
Yeah, so plugging James in. Small forward spot, man. Who do you like?
I like Kent Bazemore. The Lakers are dealing with a lot of injuries, so we'll have to see if Kendrick Nunn or Malik Monk kind of fill in this role. But I think, like you said early on when we were talking about this slate, Bazemore is kind of that veteran. He was on this team. I believe he was on this team last year, right?
No, he spent some
He
time in
was on
others.
Golden
Yeah,
State.
he spent some time in some other places, but he's familiar with it.
Yeah, even so, I just kind of like that veteran role that he's gonna play. Great defender. I mean, they're gonna need that. They'll probably have him either on Curry or Wiggins. I feel like he's gonna probably get 30 minutes with all of the injuries. And at 3'6", I mean, he doesn't really need to do much, and he's a great shooter. So that's a benefit that he has.
Yeah. So the thing with Bazemore, especially at this price tag, obviously they're dealing with Taylor Horton Tucker and Ariza. There's just no wing depth there, and they're gonna need him, and they're gonna need him to defend someone like Andrew Wiggins on the wing, and he's not gonna give you much more. On in this offense than what he was doing with Golden State. He had a little bit bigger of a role. But here, I mean, if he could step out, a couple steals, hit a couple threes, I mean, that's really what you're looking for here. You're looking for that, 5, 6x out of him. That 25 up to 30 fantasy points would be amazing. But I don't have him projected super high, but I think it just in terms of a 2 game slate, it's so hard to find value and just plugging someone in like Kent Bazemore. I don't know how high owned he's going to be, really. I don't have any percentages really on my mind, but I think, for 3-6, especially if, you got Westbrook, you got Harden, you got to pay down somewhere. So I like Bazemore at 3-6. Jumping into the power forward spot, um, these power forward and center spots, these front court spots are a little choppy. People like LeBron, uh, and AD, we don't know about the usage in that offense yet. We assume they're going to be all right, but usually one of them is gonna be cold, especially now that you add another ball dominant guy. So like, not saying cold necessarily, not saying like a snowflake, but it's just an average game. Like one of them pops and one of them has an average game. So right as of right now, I know they're at a discount, but I'm staying away. Giannis, too much to get to as of right now in terms of value. Obviously, we know what he can do. Durant, tremendous score. I think that's a little high, 9-9 for Durant right now. I thought he was going to be at like honestly like 9-9-1, but someone we like in that Brooklyn Nets offense is Blake Griffin. It's just a matter of like we just know, especially with his time with the Pistons, how good of a player he still can be and how he kind of transformed his game uh, to the player he is now and kind of adjusting to the new NBA, and he kind of step out and shoot threes and whatnot. So, like I said, it's not flashy, and we don't think that he's gonna, go for 40 plus. But at this price tag, you gotta punch him in. I think he's the highest upside around this price, Rios.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we saw last year he kind of he got his jump shot going. It was nice to see him step out for three. That's kind of where the game's going now in the NBA. And towards the end of the season, you kind of saw he was kind of the guy. He was playing 25, 30 minutes, which is awesome to see. I can see him sticking around this price almost all year round. Maybe if he has a couple strings of great performances, it'll jump up to around 6. But at 5'4", he's got to do it all. I mean, this is a tough matchup against the defending champs in the Milwaukee Bucks. So I mean, there's gonna be a lot of scoring. He's gonna be out there for his defense, grabbing a lot of boards. And the thing people don't usually talk about is blocks. I mean, if he could rack up some blocks, get some steals, I mean that just jumps up fantasy points right there.
Yeah. So, yeah, Blake Griffin in this offense that we just have to wait and see, man. There's so much unknown, especially on day one. So it's tough, man. It really is tough. We're kind of just going off last season, then people make changes, and then now you got people sitting and new faces on new teams. So it's tough to determine. But I think it's pretty safe with Blake, especially in a cash game situation. I do like Blake there too, especially because his floor uh, is about low 20s, but his ceiling definitely we've seen his ceiling go up. But I think it's a matter of the Nets. They want this game. I think I think this is a little bit of revenge, and obviously Milwaukee went to go win the title, so I think the Nets really want this game too. So we're plugging in Blake Griffin. Um, so we move on to center, man, and me and Riaz were talking about center, and this is it's a crapshoot, man, down here. You got the crowded front court of the Lakers. You got dudes like LaMarcus Aldridge and Paul Millsap on the Nets, and then even Nicholas Claxton. Obviously we're talking about Griffin, but we hope that he's kind of the one out of the rest to kind of get most of the minutes. So I know dudes like Brooke Lopez can smash and hit 6 threes in a game and have a double double and block 5 shots, and we get that, and that definitely has some upside. But why don't you let the audience know where we're going on this one, Riaz?
Yeah, we're gonna go for center. Or are we gonna?
Oh, okay. Well, either way, um, if you don't, I think if we were gonna go center, we're looking low. Usually when we
Yeah,
planned out the
this is
video,
definitely a
yeah,
price down.
yeah. So I don't know. That's what we were saying. Like it's just tough on center right now. So if you want to go low, DeAndre Jordan's gonna get the start, and Toscano Anderson is someone at 3-4 that might play a little bit of minutes, but like we were saying, it's tough. Originally, we were gonna plug in someone in the utility, or in the guard spot. He would fit too. So for the last of the Fire Five, who do you want in that guard or utility spot?
Yeah, we're gonna plug in Jordan Poole. Um, Not a veteran guy, but it kind of seems like he's a veteran on this team. Pretty young team for the Golden State Warriors. Klay Thompson being still out with that Achilles injury. Claypool's a guy who was pretty awesome this preseason. Got a lot, got a lot of shots in. Played almost every single preseason game. Had a lot of volume. He's a guy who knows the offense, who kind of fit in pretty well last year. We saw some games where he would break out for 30 fantasy points, and then we'd see some where, for some reason, he just didn't play. He played like 6, 7 minutes, 13 minutes, 17 minutes. But I think here, they know they're going to need some scoring with this high power Lakers offense and just team in general. So Jordan Poole is definitely a guy to look at. I think we're both pretty highly on him for this opening slate.
Yeah. So I like Poole. I don't know. I believe he's gonna get the start. He had a pretty good preseason. I don't see who else they're really going to start in that position. So he's a guy that's definitely going to stretch the floor. I like his upside this year. I think he's in the favorites. Not necessarily a high favorite, but for someone that most improved, someone like a sleeper pick in there. Um, Definitely you can look at that. So if you're talking prop bets and season long bets, whatever. But this is for DraftKings. That's our Fire Five. We got Westbrook at the point guard, Harden at the shooting guard, Kent Bazemore for a little bit of value, Blake Griffin at the mid range, and then Poole at the mid range as well. Like I said, center. We didn't plug one in here. You can kind of decide at that range who you want to go to, but we're leaving you with 6-1 remaining per player in the last 3 spots. So I hope you guys liked the video. Check out the Prize Picks video as well for this slate, the opening NBA, as well as our Thursday night slate for NFL coming out for Prize Picks. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.